Good afternoon, Vuyo, as we bring you this rolling coverage of the build-up to the State of the Nation. The entire country, from Kuruman to Guamashu, from Musina to Kwalanga, from the Shisanyama to the boardrooms where we are actually trying to bring that story of what the country is expecting from the President in this important State of the Nation address, the first one under the Government of National Unity. Is it going to be more of the same? We hear from an investment firm, Sanlam Investments. Patrick Buthelezi is the economist here. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us. You know, there is a lot of expected always from a State of the Nation address. From your vantage point, through the lens of the investment community, what are you expecting to hear? What fears would the investment community want the President to allay?
Yeah, thank you, Kolane, and good afternoon to the viewers. So our expectation is for the President to demonstrate the willingness to restore the economy back to its former glory. I mean, if you look back, South Africa in the early 2000s, the economy, it grew very strongly, just on average, just over 4%. That was before the global financial crisis. And during that period, we saw the economy creating a lot of jobs. We saw unemployment declining. We saw investment also increasing. And what we have observed post-global financial crisis is that investment has been very low. So with Government of National Unity, we have seen a pickup in confidence. But now we want to see clear plans. We want to hear from the President himself telling us where the economy will go from here. So we expect to hear tangible plans about improving economic growth and also bringing investment, because investment is very low, just below 15%. So we want to see investment increasing far above that. And also, there are concerns about policy certainty. Investors, they want to see policy certainty. So as far as policy certainty, we want to hear President also demonstrating very clear that the country is taking this, is taking this direction. But investors, all they are concerned about, so they're concerned about certainty, but they're also concerned about returns. And the returns on investment is based on economic growth. So economy needs to grow, and it must be inclusive, because the problem that we have seen is a lot of people are unemployed. And if the situation continues, it is unsustainable.
Let's talk about when it comes to the Government of National Unity. You've said that there is a lot that it is positive coming out of there. The tangibles that you are talking about. A couple of years ago, the President made some grand announcements that we will create millions of jobs. That did not actually happen. So when you talk about tangibles, what is it that we need to see? Is it load shedding not rearing its ugly head, or not becoming a norm as it has become a norm? What is it that are these tangibles we are talking about?
So previously, a government started, previously under the ANC leadership, started with what is called Operations Vulindlela. So under Operations Vulindlela, they were targeting specific economic reforms that could unlock economic growth. And early this year, we have started to see the benefits of these reforms. So, for instance, since around before end of March, so we didn't have load shedding up until recently because of the problems that we had. And so we want to see a broader implementation of reforms on transport, for instance. We have seen, we think the West is behind us, but we want to see acceleration in improvement, because you can produce, but if you cannot export, that is a problem. So we need to see we need to see a plan, and we need to hear from the president how urgent are they addressing these issues. Also, we have problem of service delivery as far as water is concerned. And I mean, unlike load shedding, people can live without electricity, but without water, people cannot live. So we also want to hear plans and what are the plans to address those issues. I mean, if you look back in July, when the Sona under Government of National Unity, they identified 3 priorities. One was about economic growth, inclusive economic growth, and employment. It was late, so we want to see that getting implemented. And also the second one, it was about tackling or reducing unemployment and poverty. So unemployment, yes, is still elevated, and poverty is an issue. So we also want to hear what are the plans to deal decisively with the problem of unemployment. And the third one is about, the third one is about service. It's about service delivery. So we also want to hear issues around service delivery, plans, tangible plans, where we go from here. But we cannot neglect what has been happening recently. I mean, in the light of what has been happening in DRC. So we also want to hear the president assuring the nation that the people are safe, that the relationship between South Africa and the rest of the world will benefit South Africa at the end of the day.
Patrick Buthelezi, thank you so much. As an economist with Sanlam Investments, looking at this particular State of the Nation address through the lens of the investment community and its expectations. Back to you in studio, Oli.